So we're going to start class by going over our graphing warm-up. Remember, for the warm-up, the stamp question, pencils down. Who can remind me of the first step from yesterday? Write the piece. So the first thing we're going to do is write our first piece. 3/4 x plus 2. And make sure when we write that piece, we also write the restriction. Okay, so I wrote my piece. Now what? How many values do we need? 2. Which is the first one we're automatically going to pick? Good. So that becomes 3/4 times 8 plus 2. Yes, it does. 6 plus 2 equals 8. My ordered pair? 8, 8. Good. Now I need a value greater than 8. True. Now questions are coming up about fractions. If I see that I'm dividing by 4, typically a multiple of 4 would be nice. So we already used 8. What would the next multiple be? 12. But is 12 on this graph? No. So 9 or 10, we're still going to get a decimal. Which value do you want to use? Vote for 10. 10 wins. 9 is not wrong. We should still get the same graph. So x equals 10. So I have 3/4 times 10 divided by 1 plus 2. We can still simplify this. That's 2, 5, 7.5 plus 2 equals 9.5. So my ordered pair? Very good. That's fine. But you're gonna how are you gonna fit it on the graph? All right. Excuse me. Okay. 10, 9.5. Awesome. Next piece. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Let's graph. Is 8, 8 gonna be solid or open? And how about 10, 9.5? Solid. So if it helps you to decide that before you graph, that's not a bad idea. 8, 8, 10, 9.5. Is this a segment or array? Starting at the left or the right point? Good. Excuse me. Okay, next piece. When x is between 4 and 8. Now, is this going to be a segment or array? Segment, very good. What two values right away are we going to pick? Any work involved here? What's my ordered pair going to be? Open circle or closed circle for the first point? Open. How about this one? Also open. We know that because of the inequality signs. Both of these are excuse me, strictly less than. 4, 5 is open. 8, 5 is open. Excuse me. Okay. Last piece. Now here I think we're going to have a little more freedom with the x value we choose. We'll see what you guys picked. What two x values should we work with? Sorry, guys. What did you say? 4 and... I would go 0. We're going to get the same graph, but let's see the strategy behind if we could choose 0. 0 is nice. Let's see. 1/2, negative 1/2 times 4 divided by 1 plus 3. That's negative 2 plus 3 is 1. So this gets me 4 comma 1. What happens when you multiply this fraction by 0? What do you get? Awesome. Is this going to be a solid dot or a filled in dot? Solid or filled in? Solid or empty? How about this one? Is this a ray or a segment? Ray, very good. So 4, 1, solid. 0, 3, solid. Do I start at the left point or the right point? Which point? Good job. The right. This was my initial value, and a less than is to the left. Very good. Nice job. Whoever got the stamp on your own, come on up. And let's get a passer for today's notes. You can split that up between 2 people. Yes. Get ready for board notes, folks. Good job. Board notes. Nice job, guys, on these. Say that one more time. Yes, I saw. Last call for stamps. Okay, so today we are going to learn about what? What does our objective say? Writing. So yesterday we did what? Graphing. Today we're going to learn how to write. Apologies for whoever listens to this. I'm still fighting this cold, so I'm trying not to cough too much, and I will try to keep that to a minimum. Okay, 1.3, writing. Piecewise functions. I didn't know who it was. So first step, we're going to find the domain of each piece, or one piece at a time. Find the x values where your ray or segment, depending on what we have, begins, and use it to write the domain restriction. So we're going to start by finding the domain of a piece. We do that by finding from the graph the x values where your ray or segment begins and using it to write the domain restriction. Now, if I have x is greater than or equal to a number, is that going to be a ray or a segment? A ray. And follow-up question, will this go right or left? Very good. So this would be array right. What would array left look like? X is what? Less than. Yep. And this could be strictly less than. It would be an open circle. Same concept. This would be array left. Segment X will be between two values. Pay attention. To open or closed circles, to know VERT, vertical. Sorry, let me just clear that up a little bit. Yes. So it's going to be a numbering system that we use for our work on the side and then matching it to where it is on the graph. We're going to keep these notes out with us and then follow these steps as we do our example. Yes. No. It just literally, that step literally means that you're going to repeat until you're done. So the question was there anything that needs to be written underneath 3? The answer is no. We literally mean just go repeat steps 1 and 2 until all pieces are accounted for. This is considered to be a little bit of a housekeeping on how we're all going to show work the same way. Ready to look at our first example? No? Okay. Sorry, another minute. As soon as we work through our first example, this will definitely fall into place. Let's establish our process and then we'll practice. Ready? Who's ready? If you're still writing, you're not going to need, we're going to switch over to working on this worksheet. So if someone is still writing, lend them your notebook. Thank you. Okay, so tell me, what was our first step? Well, we're going to focus on finding the domain. How are we going to do that? Good. Find the x value where your array or segment begins. So let's work on this first. Is this array or a segment? Array, very good. We have a starting point with an arrow. And where should I be focusing my attention? Remember, domain is all about which values? X. So I'm told to find where it begins, so let's all put our pencil right here. How do I write the domain of this piece? Did everyone hear what she said? Say it louder. Very good. We're at -2, and is the ray going left or right? Left. So less than forever and ever and ever. Very good. So let's put that label right here. X is less than -2. So step 1 is done. The question is, what next? What do we now need? What are we still missing? The equation. So let's go find the equation. Where does it tell me to start? On the left. Now, can I count for slope here? I can't? Can I or can't I? We can count slope. Vertical change divided by horizontal change. Side note, remember that we want to find nice points. Like, if I put my pencil right here, is that crossing anywhere nice? No. So here we do say start on the left in the notes, but if you do choose to start to count at this point, there's nothing wrong with that. So if I did start to count here, where would I be going to get to my next point? Up. How much? When you say over, left 2. So up 1, left 2. So this is where we're going to start our numbering system. So we're going to call this 1. And now off to the side, wherever you choose to show that work, I'm going to go over here and say 1. We're going to keep track of what we're talking about. So you just told me that m is, let's talk again, up how much? So that's a positive 1. Left 2 would make that a negative 2. So my slope is negative 1/2. Great. Where's b? B is 2 for this set, this ray? There is none. So what's that little note that we wrote ourselves in our notes? If B is missing, what do we need to do? Yep, we're going to have to do a little algebra. So let's pick an ordered pair. What's a nice ordered pair we could use? Can't use this. There's a hole. Negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. How about negative 4, 4? Does that work? So let's draw ourselves a little arrow, because we'll be working on the back. So I know we're still on piece 1 right now. I know m is negative 1/2. We don't know b. So we're going to use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1 using the point negative 4, 4, correct? Okay, so blast from the past, x1, y1. What is this equation going to now become? Y, good. Minus 4 equals parenthesis x minus minus becomes plus. Yes, Jasmine? Negative 2. Good question. So the question is, why can we not use negative 2, 3? Does the point exist there? No. If it was a solid dot, you could use it. Yes. Yes. So I could have used this one. This point looks like it's nice. Where's that? I think like negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 6. 1, 2, 3. Negative 6, 6. So as long as it crosses nice. Good question. Let's finish solving this for y. So I'm going to have y minus 4 equals distribute negative 1/2. What do we get? Good. And then to finish solving, we're going to add 4 to both sides. And we get y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. So now we have one of our pieces. Let's put that together. So f of x equals while people catch up on that, let's finish our notes over here. We don't have a b, so you can either put like b and a, doesn't apply, or just don't write b. Is this a ray left or a ray right? Ray left. Open or closed? Open. Good. So we have M, B, ray left, right, segment, or open. So what's my expression for this piece? What did you just solve for y, Adesola? Open, because I have an open circle right there. Yes. True, but, oops. Will this graph ever cross at 2? So hold on to that thought for 1 second. So we're going to write negative 1/2 x plus 2. But what restriction do we also know is associated with this piece? Good job. X is strictly less than negative 2. So we are restricting that line from ever actually crossing that intercept. Yes? No, we just draw one big open curly Q. Very good. Okay, so let's repeat the process. Now we have 2. So let's identify our information. Let's count for M. If I start here, what am I going to count? Up to, be careful with the word over. Right one. So I know up to is positive or negative. Positive. Right one, positive or negative. Positive, very good. So my slope is 2. Do I have a y-intercept here?
Yeah.
That's nice. Where's my y-intercept? 3. Ray or segment? Ray. Ray left or right? Ray right. Open or closed? Closed. So straight from this information, I think we're actually good to go. Yes, Cassidy?
How come on the first ray you couldn't just like do the slope from that point to find the y-intercept?
You could, technically. So Cassie's question is, could we count down 1 and right 2 and come across? Yes. But we need to have that other tool in our toolbox because it's not always going to work out so nice. Right? Good question. Okay, so how do I write my equation? 2x plus 3. And my restriction? X. Good job. Greater than or equal to. Ray right means greater than or equal to forever and ever. What value? Negative 2. We see that from the graph. When I check, I'm at negative 2 and then to the right forever. X greater than or equal to negative 2 forever and ever and ever. And this is done. Nice job. Can everyone please work on this ray on your own? We'll label that 1.
Good morning, East Edward High School. Today is September 29th. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Students are reminded to
All right, folks, go ahead and still work on that ray, and then we'll talk about homework in a second.
by treating others with kindness, be safe in words and actions. Have a day of excellence.
Ms. J 142? No problem. No, not at all. Yes. Oh, no worries at all. Do you want me just to send work up? He's okay to come down? I know he's been in trouble recently, and I wasn't sure what. He was in ISS last week for something. I don't know if it's connected, but really. Just 1 second. 1 quick second. All right, folks. So I know we didn't get as far as in the notes as I had intended, but we did have a good conversation. These steps don't change. So what's our vote? There's 2 here and then 4 here. I fully think you're capable of at least working on the pieces, and then first thing tomorrow morning we'll check on how you put all those pieces together. Yes? Because deciding ray right, ray left, counting slope and y-intercept, or point slope form if needed, 90% of that is algebra 1, right? So I'm going to leave the last 2 for you, and then these 4 will still be part of the homework, okay? I students see this phone call, so keep working on your piece, and then can have 2 passes for this.
Okay, what are we doing?
You're going to finish the 2 in the notes, and then best effort on these 4, and we'll actually check answers together first thing tomorrow morning. Thank you very much. I'm back. So I did end up calling Holmes because he was becoming a little bit argumentative with me over. and I am back to school today.